Hey guys, this is GWA Network here. I'm your host, Curtis Smith, and today I'm on part 46 of the home gym. And today, I'm gonna continue on construction of the cardio room. The reason I don't describe what I did in previous episodes in the next episode I don't want to spoil the fun for y'all. One thing that might happen in the future. As school populations get bigger, eventually, they're going to have to renovate schools around the world. As time goes on, corpse grinders' growling would get deeper, huskier, and faster. Like, deeper and huskier. And somewhat faster, too. Kind of like with Chris Barnes, the original vocalist for Cannibal Corpse. And if you also want to gain muscle, not only you should focus mostly on free weights, but you also gotta eat a lot. And that's what Rich Piana did outside the steroids. Ate a lot and used free weights. I'm probably gonna fill in the power vacuum, the vacuum left behind by Rich Piana when he died. If you're fans of Don Imus, I have some news for you. Don Imus has died. The host of Imus in the Morning. You know, known for the Rutgers University controversy, in which he called the two basketball teams the J-word and the wannabes. I can't utter that J-word because it's it's kind of derogatory. It's kind of derogatory towards not only African Americans, but also black Africans and Australian Aborigines, as well as the Negritos, black people that are indigenous to Asia. The black pygmies, the black pygmies that are indigenous to Asia. South Asia and Southeast Asia. The first humans, like, humans today are a lot taller than they were thousands of years ago. To them, we'd probably be considered giants to them. Not only because of modern medicine, but also better nutrition. How we are evolving to adapt to the food abundance. I can use the euphemism J-word, but I cannot utter the full term. Because that's quite a derogatory term. He referred to them as being called nappy-headed H-word. Basketball team, excuse me. Not all black people have super curly hair, naturally. Hair texture is quite diverse, too, around the world. Not all white people have curly hair, too. Not all white people have wavy hair, either. Not all skinny people are weak. Not all fat people are lazy. Not all Middle Easterns have curly hair either. Once I run out of ideas, I'm probably gonna start going, or maybe I might come up with a plan. What if I spread it out in time, so I could have time to come up with ideas? So I could have time to come up with ideas. Excuse me. My theory to what caused Don Imus's death might be due probably died from cancer. That's just my theory. He was 79 years old. He retired the year before he died. Whenever I start doing workout videos, I'm probably gonna do it in group with my friends from school. Excuse me. With another source of news I might come out towards you is modular PCs might become a thing within the next 10 to 20 years. Within the next 10 to 20 years. Once my net gets big enough, people would probably start roasting me. My prediction is that people would probably start roasting me. I'm okay with some criticism. With criticism. But if the criticism becomes racist, I wouldn't tolerate that. If the criticism is racist. The problem with the capitalist class is they often use their money for their own. They often make as much money as they can for their own personal gain. That's not good for the working class. The working class are the ones that need the money the most. Because collectively, the working class is a lot bigger than the capitalist class. Yet, the capitalist class is the one that makes the most money. This is just not fair. Not consider Kim Jong-un part of the capitalist class. As with all dictators. Excuse me. The capitalist class tend to do everything they can to be immune to the law. They try to do everything they can to become immune to the law. Even if it straight up means breaking the law. The only reason the capitalist class exists is to try to enslave the working class. Once we reach the post-scarcity society, which is going to be several decades away. But once we get there, people would only have to work as much as necessary. Completely voluntary. They wouldn't be forced into it. Or lured into work. Instead, they'd work as much as they need to. To keep the society functioning. For centuries, or even millennia, or probably eons to come. Who do I define as the capitalist class? Those who intentionally put workers into shitty-ass conditions, whether it be directly or indirectly. All workers should be entitled to good working conditions, as well as good living conditions too. One thing the capitalist class is trying to do is they're trying to destroy our democracy by manipulating elections. And trying to keep Congress people in power with no term limits. What we need is single term limits, in which no politician would be allowed to serve more than one term at all. Because we gotta give other people a chance to rule a country. Or what if we had a confederation that was under collective leadership? Or a state under collective leadership like Switzerland. Because, you know, Switzerland is actually under collective leadership, actually. Their gun laws are not that strict at all, yet crime rate is so low. Yet, this is because why is the crime rate in Switzerland so low? Part of it has to do with the fact that it's closer to direct democracy. Excuse me. Switzerland is giving us an example of what democracy should look like. Not what America wants us to believe. Switzerland doesn't have an electoral college, yet they don't have any serfs. At all. Yet, it did not descend into feudalism. At all. When it goes to politics, I'm quite libertarian. Like, I'm mostly libertarian. Excuse me. You know, anarchism's technically a form of libertarianism. It's like radical libertarianism. It is radical libertarianism. That's what anarchism is. From my political theory, the first stage towards achieving true socialism would be states raiding on corporations so they could like taking out every last single share of the company so they could use money for the greater good of all of us, so we don't have to pay our taxes anymore. That stage is called state capitalism. That stage is actually called state capitalism. Like, the process of that is called state capitalism. Excuse me. Then, around the same, as they start doing that, eventually, they'd start taxing the hell out of CEOs, imposing limits on how long CEOs can stay a CEO. This is to prevent them from becoming too powerful. This is to prevent them from becoming too powerful for a company. Then, there would be a maximum wage ceiling. It would be strict. It'd be one of those laws that would be strictly enforced. Basically, the first stage towards socialism would be a combination of state capitalism and social democracy. Then it would go towards democratic socialism. Civil liberties stay preserved. This is... The fourth stage would be based on the principle of Karl Marx. Yeah, it wouldn't be based on the principle of Stalin. Like, based on what Marx originally conceived. But not what Stalin conceived. Like, it would still be an anti-Stalinist ideology. Like, it's a libertarian... It's like a libertarian form of socialism. Excuse me. In which civil liberties are preserved. I believe everyone should have the right to vote, regardless. Every vote should count regardless of age, sex, gender, sexual orientation. Regardless of what your ethnic group is. Doesn't matter, your ethnic group. One of the concepts would be veganism. Would be pro-veganism. Like this, during this transition from social democracy to democratic socialism, we would start promoting veganism. Like, encourage people to eat less meat. Because I know that meat is tasty, but it's not very healthy in the long run. Part of it has to do with cholesterol. As social democracy evolves towards democratic socialism, one of the things that'll happen is patents would be abolished. It'd be kind of like, it'd be one of the frameworks, like one of the concepts would be a social market economy. Somewhat like market socialism. A regulated form of market socialism. Like, we would invest more in communal housing. So, people can have friends to be there with them in case something goes wrong with them in their life. Like, outside of school. Excuse me. And I tend to be strongly anti-authoritarian. Who do I consider the capitalist class? And once we achieve the state of social democracy, that's when the capitalist class would begin to dissolve. And ironic, and a lot of the slave owners were also merchants too. Which meant a lot of the slave owners were also members of the capitalist class. So basically, capitalism, like what it is today, it's basically slavery under a different name. But state capitalism is kind of different. You know, hunger can drive people into stealing. Excuse me. Which is why, in the documentary episode called The Boy Who Couldn't Stop Eating, his parents double-locked the doors to make sure he didn't get out. And locked up the fridge and the pantry. And it's not our fault we're addicted to smartphones, they were designed that way. Anyways, this should be it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe for more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for more content. Until next time, this is GWA Network signing off. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for more. Until next time, bye.